this one is a little different. In celebration of the joys of ADHD, we had no topic for this episode other than let's not even try to stick to a topic. We started at what ADHD feels like and ended on the best cabbage we ever ate. And, I stuck the Peeves in a random spot in the middle because they're utterly unrelated. It's ADH-Whee! Welcome to Pitney and Amelia's Bitchin' Boutique.
We may be awful,
but we're right. So I've been thinking about how our show, part of just like the nature of our show is how we go off on tangents, and it's hard for us to stay on topic because it's not what we do.
Yeah.
And I realized kind of recently, because, having last year having a bit of a diagnosis of ADHD. So I'm kind of realizing, between my therapist and my psychiatrist, realizing that my whole personality is just a collection of trauma responses and like chemical deficiencies in my brain.
Amen and holy girl. I know.
That all those things are what make me the person I am. But ADHD, I've noticed that there are people who refer to side quests when they talk about ADHD, and that made me realize, oh my God, side quests really define how we are. And you never got an ADHD diagnosis, did you?
No, but it wouldn't surprise me if I did.
Right. Like the way I don't have, ADHD, seems to often be paired with, a bit of the of the tiz. And I don't have that diagnosis, but I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I have 3 mental health diagnoses, but that's not one of them, but it would not surprise me.
Yeah. It really kind of helps me see how I'm never going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what my therapist might want me to. But she and I talked about how I need to stop putting the pressure on myself because obviously we're never going to get there. Anyway,
Yeah.
but life being just a continuous series of side quests, which, honestly, at the moment, I am sipping on a protein shake. And the reason for that is because suddenly it was 20 minutes before we had to jump on this call. And, Jesus Christ, I hadn't eaten anything since 7 a.m. And I was going to pass out because I spent the morning so focused on, important things like looking up Freemasonry items on Etsy and listening to videos where people analyze the show Widow's Bay or whatever. And, I'm realizing that the side quest and main quest analogy really, really works because normies, those weird people that I don't understand who don't have mental illness and who don't have attention deficit issues, they just live their lives on main quests. And their lives are linear. They get up in the morning.
I know. And there's I watched all these videos about, you need to make this goal and you need to do this. And I'm like,
you always have to have a goal you're working towards
or
whatever.
I can't do that.
At work,
do it.
I have to, there's all these things when I was working and I would be, I was going to be in project management, which I put off as long as I could and I never got around to it because I was tired. But project management was where I was working towards until I realized how hard that would be, because even working on a project for someone, I had to be so organized and so focused. And I had to plan every day and I had to have schedules. I had to schedule all my time because otherwise I wasn't going to meet the deadline. And people would be like, "Oh, you're so organized." Like they would be like, "Oh, if you ever need something, go to Amelia. She has a copy of everything, and
Uh,
she can put her fingers on it in 2 seconds." And I'm like, "Well, yeah." And I would tell them, like, I'd be running meetings and stuff of the web developers I worked with, and I'd say, y'all don't understand. The reason why I'm like this is because my brain doesn't work, and I have to externally have all this stuff
yeah.
set up because my brain is utterly broken. And normal people just don't understand it. And like the thing is, we might have the same finish line as a normie, but it takes us 100 times longer to get there. And instead of going in a straight line, our line's all squiggly and loopy, and we get there, but we're so busy like chasing the chemicals
Oh yeah.
that our brains can't make without, stimulation. And, like I've been working on thanks to a book that my therapist loaned me, and I immediately bought the audiobook of it, which I haven't finished yet. Just like every other book I've tried to read, there's very few books I've actually gotten all the way to the end. Even if I was loving it, I can't read a
I
whole
know
book.
you tell me that you can't read anymore, and that makes
Yeah.
me so sad because I obsessively read.
I know, and I should, but there's no
And
point in it.
I prefer reading to audiobooks.
I have now. Granted, my mind still wanders, but you should see me try to read a book, like a physical book. I cannot. I have to reread the same sentence over and over
Oh,
again.
see, when I'm reading, I am totally focused on that, and that is like my world for when I'm doing it.
If reading is a side quest, I can read.
Uh-huh.
If it's something distracting me from the thing I really need to do, I can do it. Like there's in that book that it's called like How to Keep House When You're Drowning, I think is the name of it.
Uh-huh.
And it's written by someone who just had like severe ADHD, that having her second kid right as the pandemic started, which completely fucked up all her plans, and she had to just wing it. And she found out, "Oh, I'm not good at any of this." She had all this support and all this stuff when she had only one kid, and having the second kid made her realize, "Oh, I'm terrible. I can't do
Mm-hmm.
anything. I can't do laundry. I can't keep the house clean. I can't make sure everyone's fed. I can't do anything." And one of her suggestions, and I've been really, really trying, because like main quest shit is includes things like keeping the dishes done and keep staying on top of the laundry, like just normal life things.
See, I've
Keeping
never
track of
given a
when do I
fuck
need to
about
change the
that.
oil in my car, all of that. I can't do it anymore.
I've never been one to give a fuck about important main quest sort of things.
Except you have always obsessively cleaned your house and mopped the floors and
That
everything
is
more
true.
than
I've always
anyone
been
I've
upset.
ever
Yeah,
known.
that's true. Exactly. Yeah, you're actually right. That's true.
But there's something in you that you must get some kind of satisfaction from it.
Yeah.
Or else you'd be distracted from it.
But my side things, if you want to, use that terminology, like my side quests have always been way important to me because that's what stimulates me.
Right.
That's what keeps me going. Like the main stuff is just bullshit to me.
Well, and I think normal people have fun things. I don't think they love doing laundry. I think they can do a side quest and get right, go have fun for a minute and then get right back on. But we're like, oh, shiny object. Ooh,
oh yeah,
look
but
over
to
there.
me,
Oh,
like
look over
fun
there.
and creativity have always been the most important things to me.
Yeah.
And to me, like the important things have always been the least important to me because I think the important things are the things that stimulate me creatively.
Yeah. And
Like, don't you remember, like, back in the day, we'd do the parties, we would do the shows, we would do the costumes.
Someone would have an idea, and all of a sudden, a whole group of us would just jump into action.
Would stimulate me. And I'd be like, fuck the house, fuck the laundry, fuck the dishes. Who the fuck cares? This is more
Yeah,
important.
right.
Which is
Yeah,
totally opposite of what,
a
and
normal
I know
person
that
would do.
drives, me here, living with my mom. I'm still like that in ways. And
Yeah.
I know that drives her crazy.
Well, and I used to be really good on staying on top of things when I had like roommate situations where I had to be responsible for my own shit.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to leave dishes in the sink because I would be mad if they left dishes in the sink.
Yeah.
And I would do things like I would have one plate and one bowl and one fork and one spoon and one knife that I would use, immediately wash and put them away, and that was my stuff. I had way more stuff than that,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to just keep using more plates until I'm all out of
Oh
plates,
yeah. But my line has always been kitchen mess. I can't deal with it.
because it gets smelly and
But as
yeah.
far as laundry, or I hate to say it, but let's just be honest, as far as laundry or paying bills on time, or I never
Oh
gave a
god.
fuck. I was focused on the things that were important to me, and all of that real life shit to me was just a burdensome minutia that I would have
Right.
to endure to live my
Right.
real life.
But when you've been in situations like, for example, your your long-term ex, the longest relationship you were in,
Oh yeah.
he was such a flibberty gibbet, and I cannot believe I'm so old I just used that word, but that's what came out. That you had to be the one who was responsible for the money and the bills and whatever because he really couldn't pay
Oh
bills.
my god, if it was up to that motherfucker, our power would have been turned off every
Right.
month. No credit card bill would have been paid. You know what I mean? I mean, he was utterly useless when it
Yeah.
came to real life
Right.
things.
Right. And being in a couple, it's like the couple becomes the unit, and it's like the couple has to, between the two of you, all it has to get done. And if you're just doing all of it, then he gets the permission to not do shit.
Yeah, and I
And like for
remember,
years,
yeah,
I have become that burden because my ADHD has gotten so severe that I can't do anything. And
yeah,
Filianel, see, what you got to do is get you a Filianel who, it's not that he loves to do that stuff, but he stays on top of it. And when he started working at home, when I was still having to go into the office, his morning break or his lunch break or whatever would always include, okay, the dishes that are in the sink, I'm going to do them for my break, and then I'm going to have a cigarette, and then I'm going to go back to work. And then his lunch break, it's like, all right, I'm going to throw in a load of laundry. And he stayed on top of everything, and
yeah.
I would come home from the day at the office, and I would drive home through the traffic, and I would arrive home and dinner was being put on the
See
table.
how fabulous.
I had a housewife in the 50s, but now that we both have nothing but
Yeah,
time.
see, my ex sort of fuck didn't do any of that.
No. But he got to be the one who was taken care of by you because you cooked and you cleaned and you paid bills. And I want so much to stop being this burden.
Yeah,
And because of, that book and stuff I was working on with my therapist, you know, Filianelle and I have had all kinds of discussions about how can we make, instead of one of us doing things, we should both be doing things. Like,
hmm,
it should never be one of us folding all the laundry. But like, it's really, really hard when,
yeah,
but like, you have the desire to do things as a team, and you have a discussion, and you come up with a plan, and you both agree on it, and oh, this is going to be great. And then a month goes by and you never did it even once.
yeah.
And it's the laundry thing. There is a basket of laundry that's been, I think it probably had to go through the dryer like 3 times to get refluffed because it never came out of the dryer. Now
Ah,
it's in a basket, and it came upstairs, but that's as far as it's gotten, and neither of us, and I'm resisting the urge to just go, well, I'm I'm like one pair of underwear away from being out.
Well,
And
girl, you need to go do that.
I'm trying to not just go in the basket and go grab a pair of underwear and take it.
I will come
because
over
that's
and
the end of me.
I will come over and I will wash your panties.
No, they're washed. Or at least the ones from weeks ago. Oh my god.
I do remember me and Sissy Joe. Because I remember for a long time, we had a washer but not a dryer for a long time.
Yeah, we did too.
And I remember we would leave clothes on the line for so long that we would just have to throw them out.
Because they had bird shit on them
because they would just get sun rotted.
Oh, it wasn't
and
even
that's really ghetto. You know, but that's what we used to do.
We used to have a clothesline that ran from...
He would not do shit.
Yeah.
Other than make a mess.
Yeah.
And get drunk and pester me for sex that I didn't want to have.
Well, at least I don't do that.
Anyway. I could go on and on about how horrible he was, but that's...
Oh my god.
That was a long time ago.
Oh my god. Peeves. Shall we?
Okay.
Peeves!
So, I'm a big fan of, the gothic romance.
Okay.
And
well, you're a big reader anyway.
Yes, I'm a big reader, and I love my Victoria Holt novels, which is all, Victorian romance. She goes and she somehow inherits the big castle and blah, 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 and she meets this man. And anyway, I love those books. Of course.
I think most people know the basic romance novel thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's all the same story. It's just...
Oh, totally. And I've gotten really into this author called Barbara Michaels. And she's been writing since the 60s.
Wow, okay.
And her books they're like ghost stories, supernatural, haunted houses, seances gone wrong. Like, I just love her books.
Oh my god, that's fabulous.
But they're all also romances.
Well, sure.
And she has...
gothic romance is a whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And she does that trope that really fucking irritates me that's in every Victoria Holt novel, every fucking Hallmark movie, where whoever the love interest is, whoever the main character is going to end up with at the end...
Mm-hmm.
For the first 3/4 of the book, she completely hates him and is completely irrationally a bitch to him for no real reason.
Right. Which that should not be a thing.
And it never makes any sense. Because you've seen the Hallmark movies where you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? That he's falling in love with this complete bitch. Like, what the fuck?
It's either she's just not interested, not looking, no, fuck you, oh, but you're so cute. Or it's a really, animosity thing.
And all the Hallmark movies are like that. It drives me crazy, and it's just like...
It's rom-coms, it's all of it, yeah.
I think it puts back feminism 70 years.
It's like
because not all women are bitches like this,
Well, and nobody needs... truly... we talked about that back when we did the episode about the PMRC, and how they were trying to fight against, music with language or, things in it. But then we pointed out that truly the romantic songs are the ones that are killing us, because they're putting these stupid ideas in our head when we're young, thinking this is how relationships are supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into the whole story, but one of my cousins literally hated her first husband when she met him. Like, their first night, it was like they were set up by friends or whatever. She instantly hated him on their first, like, group date. And I mean, over the years while she was married to him, I could see why, because he's a dick.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an absolute dick. And of course she ended up, divorcing him. But that was like, and she's married to like the nicest guy in the world now. But my God, it's like, why? I remember when she was first like, oh, I'm engaged, because we don't live near each other, so we don't know what's going on. And I remember her telling the story of, who he is and how they met. And I remember thinking, but you hated him. But he was obnoxious, and you actively hated him. But these men will just keep trying, and then the woman will just give in, and it's like, no, that's not how things are supposed to work.
Oh no. But in these books and the movies, especially the Hallmark movies, the men are charming, wonderful saints, which is like so not real, right?
The only men that are assholes are the ones that the woman is currently with. She's always currently engaged to some complete piece of shit.
Oh yeah. And then, it's just gross and it's unhealthy. It's driving me insane, but I'm enjoying reading these books. But I'm going to take a break after the one I finished now. I'm taking a break.
Okay.
And I'm going to read something very uplifting, like The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. Which I just bought a copy of off of eBay. And I specifically bought it.
Did you lose your old copy?
And it's the same cover that I had back in '89 when I first read the book. So I bought the same one. So yeah, very exciting.
Fabulous.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
So that's my peeve.
Oh my God. Mine is much, much simpler. But and it's just one of those things that, I can stuff it down, but things happen, and then I hear people saying things again that drive me up the wall. So this has to do with like, it's like our language has become, and these have been around for a long time, but we put like these little suffix on words, and it's like, they mean things that they never fucking meant.
Yeah.
And the two main ones are gate and aholic.
Yes.
So gate, people would say, well, it comes from Watergate. It's just Watergate was a scandal. So if there's ever a scandal, we put gate on it. But Watergate wasn't like a scandal about water, and then it was called Watergate. It was just, Watergate was the name of a hotel.
Yeah.
It has, then, the Watergate scandal, it's like, you take a word and you name the scandal after it, but sticking gate on the end of some other word does not make it into something that actually makes sense if you think about it. And the aholic, of course, comes from alcoholism, but then someone will say, oh, you're a workaholic.
Oh, God, I know.
No, if you use the same format as alcoholic, it would be a work ick. Or a chocolate ick. Because it's just, you don't hear the aholism, you don't hear that as much. It's like chocolate's been replaced by wine, and no one, even though that is alcoholism, nobody says, oh, she's a wineaholic.
But I have often heard chocoholic.
Oh, absolutely. Chocoholic. I think chocoholic started in the 80s.
Or Pizzagate.
Fucking pizza. Yeah, that's a great example. Or when the last season of Stranger Things, when the finale happened, and online like Tumblr fans came up with this theory that it wasn't really the finale, that there was a new secret finale coming out. And I talked about this last
I
year.
remember you telling me about that.
But
yeah,
they
just rolling my eyes.
They called it Conformity Gate. I still don't fully understand.
What the fuck?
Because it had a whole thing about, that the characters in there are all going along with conformity, which they existed to not do. So that meant it must have been some sort of weird, I don't know, alternative universe. Anyway, it doesn't make sense. Don't worry about it. The point is the word.
There's nothing worse than crazed fans that, you know what I mean. We can go on about that, but we will not.
Yeah, but Gate and Aholic, and I'm sure there's other ones. I can't think of them right now. We're not going to take time to think of them right now. But if you know one, listener, if you have one like that would also drive me crazy, remind me of it. Tell me about it.
Yeah, but of course, the one I'm thinking of course, is Freakaholic.
Well, yes.
But
that's fabulous because
by the boundlessly talented Egyptian lover.
Yes. And yes, absolutely.
Who nobody cares about anymore but us.
But us, yes. And everyone listening, you only know who Egyptian Lover is because we told you.
I think that motherfucker still comes out with records.
He does. He's still, yeah.
And I don't think they sell more than 20 copies nationwide, but he still is doing his shit, and you gotta give him kudos for that. You know,
he's living the life he wants to live.
It still sounds exactly the way it did, which is exactly how I like it. Anyway,
damn right. It's always 1983, wherever Egyptian Lover is.
God bless.
Why, greetings, my dear traveler. I see my sweet pet Larry has guided you right to where you need to be. Oh, where are you, you ask? This is the morbid forest. Come, sit by the fire for a while, and let Ranger Harper regale you with a tale to truly terrify. The Morbid Forest is a horror fiction anthology podcast. New episodes release every Tuesday on your favorite podcast streaming app. So, stay close to the Ranger, or you'll find yourself trapped within the Morbid Forest.
Thinking about my panties. Here I go on a side quest. So, because I'm on Ozempic, I am not losing massive amounts of weight. People just need to know that. I have lost a little, and I have started exercising regularly, and so because Ozempic will destroy all your muscle tissue if you don't keep building new muscle tissue. I mean,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's not an easy medication on the body, which is, it's not.
Oh, that's what happened to Feely now, huh? He lost all that weight, but then, I remember.
Because even though he had a lot of fat, he also was extremely muscular. I mean, I used to refer to his upper arms as the pythons, like Hulk Hogan used to say.
Yeah.
And when he suddenly, I don't even know how much weight he lost, but he was skin and bones, and it was like, where did your muscles go?
Yeah.
And it was, that's one of the reasons why it was really hard for him that year, because he was so sick from it in his body. He was so exhausted from everything and having like healing from things and just, it was awful. But like he couldn't do anything for a long time
Mhm.
because he was weak because he barely had muscles left. So I have started, I started having it before, but like the sagging flesh, like the empty fanny pack effect on my lower abdomen
Oh, yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and the thighs. But here's the reason why I made me think of panties, or why panties made me think of this, is that I have purchased a single one. I mean, I have shapewear from before, but shapewear is a little more severe than what I want to do, and also I can't fit in it, my old shapewear. But I have bought maternity underwear that is supportive to the belly,
Oh,
and it pulls
okay.
up to right under my titties. It's like kind of like bike shorts, like short bike shorts,
Yeah.
and it has like this special panel that supports my gut. And the thing is, because I've been looking pregnant, which is that's what gave me the idea. But like, especially as hot as it is, it's actually worse to wear normal underwear because
Yeah.
I have so much flesh that's just dangling and folding over itself that it's unbearable. Like the sweating is unbearable. And it's better to wear underwear that holds your stomach up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still enormously fat. I still have this enormous gut, but at least it's up here and it's not folding onto itself with all this extra fat.
Now,
And
do
I
you feel
know,
like you're gonna lose a lot more, or do you want to lose a lot more? Like,
I mean,
what's
I
your end
have to.
game?
I have to because I don't this it was never the weight that was an issue for me. It was my general shape. This shape has having all this weight in one place right in the front. I can't I've lost a lot of flexibility. There's just
Yeah.
it's completely different than any other time I ever gained weight. Oh, the other thing that's funny, I made Philly and Elle. I yesterday morning actually, I went over and hiked my skirt up. I had my special undies on, but I I stood next to him and I put my foot up on the couch and I said, "I want you to feel the back of my leg." Because when I'm putting lotion on, my foot is on the edge of the tub and I'm, putting lotion all over my legs and my entire body cuz now I have to take really really good care of my skin because of all this shit. But the back of my thigh has got like once you get I mean it's one thing because I've had like some saggy baggy skin down like by my knee, like when I'm standing up and
Yeah.
the skin kind of hangs down by right above the back of my knee. When I'm upright and my foot is up so the thigh is like parallel to the floor, the back of my thigh, once you're closer to my butt cheek, it's like the flesh is divided in half. And there's this line down the middle of my leg that I assume is where the flesh is attached to the bone. And so it's
Okay.
still up here, but the flesh is hanging on either side. And it's
Yeah.
like there's a weird cavity
Uh,
going down
Now,
the
do
back of
you
my thigh.
feel like when this is when you lose what you want to lose,
Mm-hmm.
is your insurance such that they will pay for a surgery to have the excess skin removed, or is that considered cosmetic?
I think I mean, I know it's considered cosmetic, but it might because it's related to the other things. Because it's related to actual
Yeah,
illness.
yes.
I think it might. Because like for example, I didn't know that until I got cancer and I had breast cancer in my right boob. I didn't know that operating on the left boob to reduce it to an equal size was automatically covered by
Yeah, yeah.
insurance
So yeah, so it might yeah, so the
because
skin.
symmetry is part of it. So it's very I mean I don't know yet, but I think it's going to be very possible
Yeah.
I have friends who've had to have, large amounts of skin removed. Friends who had, like, say, bariatric
Yeah.
surgery.
Yeah. Because I remember Benny.
Yes.
He had a close friend. When I first started dating Benny, that was his roommate. And he was 300 pounds. God bless him. And he really
Yeah.
struggled with that. And he had lost a shit ton of weight. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh my God, you're really cute. Like, and apparently he had always had a crush on me, which I didn't know about.
Oh, I didn't know any of this.
But, so we had had a sexual encounter at one point.
Okay.
And it was very strange because he had lost all that weight but not had any of the surgery. So it was very, it
Right.
was strange. It was strange.
Oh, yeah. There's just giant flaps of skin
it
everywhere.
Was very
yeah.
It was very odd. And who knows what happened. But that was just really weird. I just remembered that really, really well. Because it was like all of a sudden he was this like really cute guy that was like really hot for my business. And then the clothes came off and it kind of ruined everything for me.
It is unnerving
and I
to
feel
see it.
bad to even say that, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
But the thing is, it was a medical condition that he had. And
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah.
And that's, everyone, there are all kinds of, like, medical supplies, medical devices that are basically clothes to hold all your excess skin. And I have a thing that's just sleeves that connects across the back and then has like buckles that you attach in the front.
Oh wow, interesting.
And
I didn't know that. Okay, that's interesting.
God damn it. I do have one of those, and I wore them some when it was, still cool enough to do that. I may have to. I mean, my bingo wings have not gotten horrible, but I got that thing because I figured once things started really coming off that I was going to need something, something more severe like that. And I had gotten a recommendation from a friend who had had bariatric surgery, and she used to come to work all the time with, like, her clothes were on over all these support garments that basically from neck to ankle, she was covered in, like, compression garments all the time.
Now, how, when you have that surgery, how does it, like, how is the scarring? Like, how?
Oh, there'll be scars.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know exactly where. I know they try to minimize, try to keep it on areas where it would normally be covered with your clothes. But I don't think, like, for example, like my lower leg, my calves, which have always been enormous, and that's one of the things I noticed was, like, no matter how fat I was, my calves were always just super muscular, and they were huge, like linebacker legs. I always had big calves, but now that I've lost some muscle, it's like, oh, my calves are, they're not tiny, but I can tell the difference.
Yeah.
But I'm not, like, I don't have flesh. I don't have loose flesh on my calves.
So, like, when Felia now lost all that weight, did he have to have any surgery? Because he lost a huge amount.
Yeah, and he never had any because he was having other surgeries at the time. He had He had to have like a bone, he had to have a bone removed from his foot, and then another bone shaved down, and it was.
I remember.
But all kinds of just crazy, like his body was just going nuts, and But, so is
he's
mine.
never had to have that.
I mean, he might want to, but, like, he gained some weight back. So,
Okay.
like, his face doesn't look... I mean, he lost weight on every part of his body, and he was saggy everywhere.
Because I remember he looked very gaunt, and I remember that was really shocking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there were a lot of people who hadn't seen him in a really long time were kind of freaked the fuck out because they thought he was dying. And it's
it was a very
it's
drastic.
like,
yeah. So no, I was just curious.
And he was only on Ozempic for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
They only put it on him as like an emergency thing to really get shit under control. And then he just continued with other
now
medications.
His diabetes is under control with
Yeah, because his was like he had to get sick to find out, oh, this is diabetes. And with me,
oh yeah, that was like my landlord Brian. He had to go into the hospital for like 5 days.
Oh,
because his
so
blood sugar was so insane. It's a miracle he didn't go into a coma.
Oh yeah, yeah. Diabetes is crazy.
And he was like, "Oh, I didn't even know that I was diabetic."
Right. And
like,
for all of the shit where it's like, oh, if you drink that Kool-Aid, you're gonna instantly get diabetes or whatever. It's like even type 2 diabetes, which is about your fluctuating blood sugar, you could eat almost nothing and still have that, because my grandmother, who ate like a fucking bird, she had it, and she had a doctor, I mean, she was like in her 90s, and she had a doctor say, like she had to tell him everything she ate in a day or whatever. And she would have like a scoop of vanilla ice cream most nights as a little treat. And they told her she couldn't have it anymore. And she was like, what you honestly think that I'm going to stop eating? I'm a 90-year-old woman.
Oh, I know. I'd be like, fuck you.
I mean, she was a really good person. She was a good Catholic lady, but my God, you did not fuck with her. she was always, I mean, she had, at one point she had a doctor, because eventually she's just stopped leaving her apartment, and she had doctors say things like, well, I can't renew your prescriptions if you don't come in. And she was just like, so you're just going to deny an old lady her medicine? That's what you're saying. You're a doctor.
And then they would just renew it.
They would just fucking refill it. I mean, my God.
Because, there's nothing more criminal and nothing more sadistic than a goddamn healthy diet.
So, says the guy who's kind of become a vegetarian and who just doesn't want to eat meat because he's afraid it'll make him sick or something.
But I still love my Velveeta.
Well, sure, Velveeta.
Oh, in fact, I had a little conversation with Sylvania last night.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Well, I just want you to know that I bought canned jalapenos and a big chunk of Velveeta for you that I was going to cook in the crock pot, because I know how much you love your Velveeta nachos." And I was like, "Oh my God, you are so fabulous." Because yes, I will go.
Oh my God. Now I'm craving it.
I want to eat half of that fucking pan of Velveeta.
Oh my God. I am like, now just because you said that, now suddenly I want to get Velveeta. I want to get a can of Rotel tomatoes, and I want to get cans of black beans, and holy shit! Oh, I'll eat it with a spoon. I don't need chips.
Oh yeah, and I was so excited about that. I was like, yes.
I could just, stand right over the crock pot and eat it with a spoon, and then someone would be like, oh, that's disgusting. Shouldn't you have chips? And I'm like, oh, I'm watching my carbs.
Yeah.
This is all protein and fiber and vegetables in here.
And I can't stand these people, and we have friends who I will not name that are like this, that are like, well, that's not food. That's not real food. And I'm like, fuck you. You know you love it.
Velveeta
you know
clearly says, right on the box, it says cheese food.
Yeah.
It literally says food
It's like,
on
you
the
know
box.
you like it, and shut up because you like it. You know?
I mean, kale, even though I finally learned that it is possible to eat kale and not, I mean, you know, because most healthy food is just, you know, kale and sadness. But even kale is for horses. The amount of work you have to do to make kale edible should be a sign that it's not food.
I'm not a fan of the kale. And when I've put, you know, like the curly kale, I've put it into soups and stuff. It dissolves like that into like these little, and I'm like, fuck this shit. You know?
Well, but you're getting the nutrients, you're getting whatever, but you have to. It's like kale has the stems are so horrible. You have to like tear all the leaves and make sure there's no piece of stem in there. And the beautiful thing that I think is the best is you like put it in a bowl and you pour some salt on it and a little bit of like olive oil or something and you massage it.
Yeah.
And you know, like the way you have like a big bag of spinach and you put it in a pan and it starts to get hot and it wilts immediately and it disappears to almost nothing. Kale will do that. Kale will calm the fuck down.
Oh, yeah.
If you just put some salt and oil on it and rub it with your hands.
But
and
I
then
don't
you can
like
throw
it how it
into
crumbles to nothing. And, you know, and Mom, she loves chard. She loves mustard greens. She loves collard greens. She fucking hates kale.
The first time I heard of kale was one of my cousins. He was born on Christmas, so Christmas Eve is when they always did his birthday. It's weird to say did because his parents are both dead now.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know who cooks your birthday dinner for you if your mom isn't around. But the one time we were with family on Christmas, because we never lived anywhere near them.
Yeah.
But the one year we did that and we were staying with my mom's sister, and so we got to have his birthday dinner, which was all his favorite foods. And the only things I remember from it were that he had red velvet cake as his birthday cake, and that one of the side vegetables in that dinner was kale, and I'd never even heard of kale at that point. And I was probably 15 or 16 maybe then. And I just remember as I was eating it, because I eat what's on my plate, you know, I was raised by
me too.
You know, we're raised by the silent generation. You know, we're not boomers, but you know, we had very old parents, and I remember just going, wow, this is some really it's like spinach but times a million, and it's like, oh, this is a chore eating this. Like, I loved spinach. Spinach has always been one of my favorite things. But when I think that there are people who can't handle spinach because it's too green or something, it's like, it is literally the mildest of all greens.
Oh, I know. I love collard greens. I love mustard greens.
Oh, my God.
And my family...
Like, that hint of bitterness is what makes it good.
We would not boil the mustard. We would not boil the mustard greens till the bitterness got out.
Oh, really?
They would just throw the mustard greens in a hot frying pan with olive oil with some garlic and salt.
Yeah.
And they would just do it till it's just a little bit wilted and it was bitter as fuck. And that's how I ate mustard greens.
Oh, God. See,
and I like it, you know.
That reminds me of Filianelle. Filianelle grew up, like, I love cabbage, too. I feel like, you know, any cruciferous vegetable I'm down for. But my colon is in excellent shape because I love the cruciferous vegetables. But cabbage, growing up, cabbage was boiled. because of
Oh,
like
yeah.
bubble and squeak. Like it's that English way of cooking where you just throw cabbage and potatoes in the water and
Oh, yeah.
everything cooks out of them, and you throw some ham hocks in there or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's like, but I fucking love it. I really really love like boiled cabbage, and then you just put some butter over the cabbage and potatoes. Fuck yeah. But Nell grew up eating cabbage like fried. Like
Oh, okay.
you could call it sauteed, but there was so much oil, it was really, really fried.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
is also good. But ultimately, the best cabbage is roasted. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
put a little bit of oil on it and you just stick it under the
And then,
broiler, and it's like, fuck me. So fucking
yeah.
good.
Did you ever go with me? There was this place that I used to go to on Barton Springs.
I know exactly what place you're talking
They
about
had
because, yes, I did.
the vegan restaurant, and remember we had the meditation group.
Right, it was like a combination Montessori school and spiritual center
Yeah. I
and
remember
restaurant.
we used to go to for the oneness blessings. Remember?
Yes, we did.
But
We
they
did go to
had
that once.
that restaurant, that vegan restaurant, was so good, and I remember they had this red cabbage that they would make, and it was just barely cooked with, I think, some tamari.
The one that I remember,
And
it was roasted green like steaks, cabbage steaks.
I kept asking for more and more of it, and I remember Von Lichtenstein going with me, and she hated the cabbage.
Oh, the severe vegetarian who's completely militant.
She hated the cabbage, but I remember I kept like asking for more and more. That red cabbage was so fucking good at that restaurant.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, the cabbage steaks that we had when I was there. It was a green cabbage when I was there, but it was one of the most delicious things I've ever had in my life. And
Yeah.
I already loved cabbage, but this was like beyond cabbage.
Yeah, it was so good. God,
it was
that's
probably
so
nooch.
cool. You remember that? You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, remember we
Yes.
went to the oneness blessing.
And
it was so cool.
And I remember that at the oneness blessing, because I had my eyes closed and I was just experiencing what I was experiencing, and I could tell when someone would be like standing in front of me doing whatever it was they were doing.
Yeah.
But I remember when I opened my eyes later, there was no one else sitting there. Like nobody said anything. Like that room was silent. And you guys were sitting over by the door like waiting for me to finish, and I was just like, I didn't open my eyes the whole fucking time. And I could have been sitting there for 2 hours for all I know.
Well, it was one of those things, I just remember when I went through my initiation for my second sibling degree.
Yeah.
A big part of it was a meditation, but there was a lot going on where it was very, very intense.
Yeah.
And I remember that part of that lasted like at least an hour for me.
Because was it a guided thing?
So into it. No, I mean it was at first, but not. I can't say very much.
No, I know, but once you're in there, you're just
It was at first, but not after. But I got so into it, and I remember just being in and I know that the other people that were there to initiate me were just sort of like, okay.
Yeah, any minute now.
But it was such
He'll be back with us anytime. Yeah.
And I swear this is going to sound so hokey, but I will swear to this day that Lindbergh came to visit me during that meditation. Lindbergh was there with me. As crazy as that sounds.
Well, that at the oneness blessing thing, whatever that even means, I honestly don't know because there was no speaking. But I was experiencing physical sensations and I wasn't thinking anything, but I would like that I felt things, and I didn't know when it started or when it was over or whatever. So because I said, complete silence, no talking, no instruction, just sit in the circle. Now, I was sitting on a chair. If I was sitting on the floor, it would have been unbearable.
But it
and I
was
couldn't have
awesome.
sat
It
there
was
long.
fabulous.
But yeah, that's because, me and meditation. It was pretty fabulous. I mean, delicious dinner. I could eat, I can eat enough cabbage to injure myself, but I didn't.
I love that place. I wonder, God, is that place still there?
Last time I looked, it was, but I don't know if it still is what it is. That whole area is all like fucking condos and shit. So I'm afraid to go explore, but
oh God
yeah.
damn it.
And Philly and even if I went down there, he wouldn't want to go in there with me.
Oh, that's so not his. Yeah. Well, if I ever come to Texas again,
we'll go look
and check it out.
We'll go have some cabbage and nooch.
Yeah, we will see.
Noochie.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoy our show, please take a moment to rate and review us wherever you listen.
If you send us a screenshot of your review, we'll send you a Bitchin' Boutique sticker. Everyone loves stickers.
Please subscribe or add us to your favorites wherever you get your podcasts.
Subscribers get new episodes first and are also more attractive.
Drop us a line anytime at PitneyAndAmelia@gmail.com.
We'd love to hear from you.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you before we start, I'm looking at the calendar. I want to record next week.
Okay.
Instead of the week after for the next episode, because that week after is when Mom goes to Seattle, and I am taking a couple days off in the middle of that.
Yeah,
and
I was going to ask
you. Have nothing to do.
And that's fine. Because that puts it really early for me.
Yeah, so let's record next week. Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
I want nothing.
And it would be good for me to have everything done before then, so that, because the end of that week, my cousins are coming into town, all this other extra shit. It's also, anniversaries of things, but
yeah.
And I have a doctor's appointment on the morning of the 17th, which is
and your birthday is coming up too.
Yes, it is the following week. And I think, that other episode's going to go up, basically the night of my birthday.
Are you going to do your party? Are you going to do a party?
No, no. I can't.
Or is that just long over?
No, I mean, we had a party a couple years ago, but that was to celebrate sort of my birthday, but also the new furniture.
Mm-hmm.
But then Spike died. So it was a wake for Spike, but we still haven't put our house back together downstairs. So anyway, that's almost 3 minutes of, 2.5 minutes of nothing. Okay.